We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
¿Qué pasó? Dejé de escuchar, Oh cielos. Ya está. Arreglado el audio. Oh cielos, mírame. Estamos en gran forma. No quiero voltear. No, hijo. ¿Cómo crees?
Ayuda. Alguien me oye.
¿Qué le pasa?
Vamos, al que irse.
Yo no tengo cámara, güey. Mírame, no.
Se han ido.
¡Auxilio! ¡Help! ¡Help! No mames. Perdón, perdón. Ya no quiero agarrar la cámara, hijo. No. Sí se chingó. Ahorita la arreglo. Oye, se ve muy bien. Oh, su madre, hijo. Su madre. ¡Ah! ¡Ah! Llamen a Dios. Dígale que se está manifestando. Córrele, córrele. Mueve esas patitas. Hay que bajar esa panza chelera. No. Ay, no. Yo no volteo, hijo. Lo siento atrás mío. ¿Estará atrás mío? ¿Y esto?
Masa de oscuridad.
Aguántela, aguántela, no me asusten. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué es eso? ¿Somos un monstruo? Ay, ¿quién disparó, güey? ¡Ah! ¡Ah, chilo! ¡Me picotearon! ¡Mis costillitas!
De la palabra. Hemingway. Daño en la nuca.
No mames.
¡Espérate!
Como en Apocalipto, hijo. A la vez. Pobre don. Él solo quería una chela. Pensé a la güey. Ay, perdón por eso.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
Mira, e incluso con el inglés como que ya va mejor con los
Logan thinks
subtítulos,
you
¿no?
should try cheering up.
Bueno, es que
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
está este problemita, ¿no? Cuando hablan y no aparece el subtítulo. Entonces, uf ahí, uf. Es como esa contra.
That another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up.
Incluso como que el audio de la voz va un poquito atrasado como cuando mueven la boca.
Here we are.
Aparecen subtítulos.
Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
Menos mal que sí le entiendo cuando hablan. Imagínate si no.
A deputy was supposed to be here to
Gracias.
show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Retorno 1. Invitación. Invitation. Ahora sí.
Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Cabaña de la bruja, hijo, no mames. Así es, aquí grabaron lo de la bruja de Blair, hijo.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Venga, metámosle paso.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that,
Those damn fits gonna show up, Mulligan.
federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are
Algunos,
outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Gracias.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Ok. Ajá.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson.
No pausa el juego,
We're
Ok.
just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much
Este se me hace el
die.
personaje que va a morir, ¿sabes? Ese el típico de ¡ah!
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that have the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their
Campeona
last case.
virtual de pastelería de Bradford.
Real funny, Anderson.
Ah, pendejo, me asustaste.
Anderson.
Not a bad
Te iba a
place to get
disparar,
murdered.
Si tuviera la pistola.
Nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did.
You and me here together at the murder site. I did not swamp. No,
Bueno, por ahí está el otro, ¿no?
one more time. How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
O está aquí. Se escuchó más cerca, ¿no? Bueno, vamos hacia acá.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Ah, caray. ¿Y ese? Vámonos, hijo. Tienda General Condron.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Va. Ve para el... Oh, cielos. Aunque si la quita sí se logra ver, ¿no? Pero... Mira, aquí hay algo. ¿Gran cantidad de qué? No lo puedo hacer zoom, ¿no? ¿No era una pista eso? Que no sé. Pero métanle el turbo, hijo. ¡Oh,
This is the
cielos!
scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp.
Pobrecillo.
You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO
Okay.
of the previous murders?
¿Cómo lo examino?
Step 1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Desbloquea el premio. Ok. Escena del crimen.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
¿Qué más tenemos? A ver. Hay que seguir examinándolo.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
El
The killer left the heart
corazoncillo.
right next to the body. Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
¡Qué feo, hijo!
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Las pistas. Ok. Averiguar más sobre la víctima, averiguar más sobre el asesinato.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Any
Identificó la
idea who the
víctima.
victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Creo que ya. Ok, tenemos aquí, ¿no? Bueno, entonces este.
Robert
La víctima,
Nightingale,
Robert
ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Para después, ok.
Was he killed here or brought here after? For display. So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
¿Qué me falta?
Large amount of blood on the table.
Ah.
The victim
Ah,
died
eso
here.
me faltaba. Ok. Tenemos esto.
Footprints.
Varios asaltantes
indicating multiple
presentes,
killers.
efectivamente.
Quite the party.
Inventado o espontáneo. Lo averiguaremos.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
¿De dónde salió la víctima? Del lago, hija.
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
¿Hacer un perfil? ¿Cómo? Persona desaparecida, asesinato.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
A su madre, hijo. Estuvo bueno. Ok. Boom. Revisa la orilla del lago, ok.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait.
Más no mueras, hijo. Porque se te ve que vas a quedar bien tieso.
Happened at the lake.
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers
Cada vez
knew
que
he was
leo
here,
que están en un
ambushed
lugar
him,
que dice witch,
dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty...
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
híjole, no se
You need
distingue
to
muy
get out
bien.
more. It is kind of creepy, though. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
Parece una hoja, ¿no? De Alan. Cuando escribe su historita.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message. Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept, even if they knew it would end up hurting them?
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
Espérate, que tenemos tablero. Tenemos pistas. Huellas que salen de abajo de la roca, decía, ¿no? Se enfrió la pista. No, en serio, ¿esta dónde va? ¿Aquí? Muchas cosas desconocidas. No tiene sentido. Hago las preguntas incorrectas. ¿Por dónde es?
I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Por acá, ¿no? La página,
We
ok.
found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
¿Viste? Oh, su madre. Sentí que al leer estas palabras recibí un mensaje de alguien que jugaba con ellas.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Pedirle a un oficial que mueva el cadáver. ¿Okay?
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative to do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
Ah, aquí está este güey. Dije, no mames, ya no está.
Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Pues dámela. Gracias. A ver de atar.
Thanks.
Míralo.
Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
¿Dónde estás?
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Good to see you still in
Vámonos,
one piece,
vámonos.
Anderson.
Vámonos, ahora
Forest can be
sí.
a dangerous place.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
Stuff in something for us to find.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Bright Falls, ok. Y esta es ahí. Bueno, vámonos.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Oye, ¿sí es hacia acá? Ah, sí, aquí viene este carro.
Oh dear. Cute.
Oh dear Tina. Lugar donde todo ocurre.
The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Debe ser
Nice
el
to meet you,
alguacil.
Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
Sheriff.
No, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm
Este
Agent
pueblo-
Saga
ah, caray.
Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Me informaron que
Your
hubo
deputy
testigos.
said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known
A ver, hijos.
go missing?
Ya se la saben.
But it's slowed
¿Con quién vamos?
The lake was fenced off.
Let me guess.
Con los de allá, ¿no? Parece que tienen cara de traumados. Si los pueden ver, si los pueden observar
That's exactly right.
detalladamente, podemos ver que el sujeto de la derecha tiene una mirada perdida en la nada, diciendo que acabo de ver. ¿Viste?
Still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, Ed. Have some pie. It'll take your mind off things. You know how touchy
Ustedes
these
son los
Excuse
Book-
me.
¿A dónde vas? ¿A dónde vas?
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
Pueden contarme lo que vieron porque estaban encontrando. A ver.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
Pobrecito, quedó retraumado. Alguien ayúdelo, por favor. ¿Por qué estaban en Cauldron Lake?
What makes you say it was a cult?
Ah, no, apreté el otro.
The masks and knives aren't enough.
I mean, they were shouting, "Cult of the tree." The cult of the tree. Cult of the tree. Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Los Booker describieron varios no sé qué cosa. Mira, te podemos hacer un perfil.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
Me sirve. Vámonos. Primero vamos al tablero. Ok, no, vamos a los perfiles. Los Booker. El culto del árbol.
What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
Uy, la está hackeando,
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth. We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer.
El culto del árbol. Los casos antecedentes se acumulan. Sí.
I need to know more about the code of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Vaya, vaya.
Yep. Just here to pay my ticket. Whenever you're ready to take my money.
It doesn't budge.
Abran esta puerta.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Sí que hay algo, espérate.
Something about morgues. They always...
Pilas, ¿no? ¿Es en esta? Ok, déjame checar. Ah, no. Déjame checar esta.
It's not opening.
Ábrela, ábrela.
Okay. Let's take a look at outpatient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
No hay nada, a ver, veamos.
What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give me? There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up.
Oh, por Dios.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Chest wound is cause of death, but the corpse is bloated, waterlogged. Doesn't add up. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Qué asco, hijo. Qué asco. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Un manuscrito? ¿Una carta?
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
¿Qué dice?
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on.
No mames, no lo había visto
These
bien.
kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
Persiguen al hijo. Es más, empieza a rezarle a Dios.
No, wait!
Sheriff?
What the hell?
¡Ay, su madre! Por fin me felicito. ¡Dispárale, dispárale! Levántate, que ahí viene. Yo digo que le ofrezcas una chelita y se nos cambia.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
¿Dónde vas, carnal? Míralo. Vamos por una chela.
Shit. He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
La víctima de la escena se convirtió en un monstruo. Trata de quererte a nosotros. Ok. ¿Bruja? ¿Nos dijo bruja? Hazte para atrás, güey. Hazte para atrás. ¡Ole!
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
Los refugios están reservados por cabeza.
Gotta move. Now.
Sí, quiero. Madre mía, sí lo mató, ¿no? ¿Está vivo o está muerto? Bueno, yo me voy. Míralo, ay. ¡A la madre! What?
Vanished.
Fin del capítulo 1. Ok, sí, estaba
He didn't have a
noqueado.
heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What
Maldición, hijo.
here?
We need to
Te iba a
figure
decir,
that
le
out
arrancó
before we
la
do anything
manita.
about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
Come. ¿Qué le pasó a la
Right
luz?
before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but We both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal. Their purpose. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting. A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve. The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. You all okay?
Did you get
Dije,
spooked by
no,
bodies?
ya aparecieron.
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous.
Súbete,
We need to
súbete
be
a la
prepared in
patrulla.
case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been rung yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer.
I need to come clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago.
¿Por qué?
He was chasing a writer, Alan
Alan
Wake.
Wake.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Antes de que reviva a alguien sin corazón. El corazón.
The page says Nightingale's in something called an overlap. Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Yo ya voy listo, Mira, pum, 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 pum.
Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
¿Quiénes son? ¿Quiénes son? Arriba las manos, hijo.
Hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs.
Hello.
Don't do it there.
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you.
Ah, es este güey. Sí, 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 sí. El del comercial.
Important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous sweater, Saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Hola, buenas.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
That's all for now. A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake, in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio.
Ay, no quiero ir. Hay que seguir las huellas, ¿verdad? Ok, hacia acá. Ok. Es en serio, saca la pistola.
The tracks lead into the water.
No, gracias. Quiero vivir.
I can feel something. A presence.
Yo también, hija.
Nightingale isn't far.
No digas eso. Que se aparezca, hijo. A ver, moverse muchos huevos. Recuerden que irme al lugarcito este de la mente no pone en pausa lo que pasa aquí, ¿no? Si yo ahorita quisiera, me voy, pero ¿qué tal se le parece este carnal? Es los huevos. Y me atrapa y ahí quedé. Ajá, lo de la bruja. Ah, caray, ah, caray.
These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it.
A ver, vamos rápido. La solapa.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold, like a doorway, leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle?
Explora el área de Witch's Ladle.
My flashlight burned the dark stuff away. It was covering another page.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
Aparécete.
This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
This fuse is busted.
Pensé que abrió una loncherita aquí.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Investigar la cabaña de la... No, así estoy bien. Recen por mí. Tengo miedo. Fusible. A ver. ¿Quién quiere morirme?
Another page.
Termo de café. Descubre una sala de descanso. Ah, bueno. Mira, hasta con pancito y todo. No.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Shouldn't spend time on old questions. The page from the witch's
Las
hut
puso
seems to be describing some
automáticamente,
kind
¿no?
of ritual.
Vamos al ritual.
Nightingale's heart
¿Dónde está el
disappeared from the
corazón?
morgue. Where is it now?
To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign.
El
I need
corazón.
Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist wasn't close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
While they played cards in the general store, the witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey! I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Porque ando culiado, hijo. Claro. Claro. Qué asco. Me voy a la luz. No quiero entrar. No hay nada. Si ya lo esperaba. Oh, me puro jefe. ¿Qué pasó? ¡Ay, su madre! ¡Ay!
I should keep looking. A cultist.
Muertísimo.
A monster. Like Nightingale.
A ver. Lo buscaste, ¿verdad? No me engañes. Pero gracias. Porque mira, mi cerebro, tú. Yo solo. Ay, solo estaba.
The text on the heart is clearer now.
La ola rompió en el lado opuesto del espejo.
I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream.
¿Como un apocalipto?
Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still
¿A dónde aquí? Ah, el cartel de la
You
bruja.
have the
Espérate,
worst
espérate.
sense of direction.
Me quedo aquí.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay, okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
Mira, como que se aparezca aquí el gordito, tú. Le digo, ten una chela, hijo. Está bien fría para ti. Ya ahí se entretiene. ¿Qué fue eso, Eso no fue ningún pájaro, hijo. Mira, 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 mira. Te lo dije. Cálmese, perro. ¡Órale! ¡Órale! ¿Te checaste? Estaba todo calculado. Ustedes tranquilos, señor. ¡Ole! ¡Ole! No, la verdad tuve miedo. ¡Órale, sáquese de aquí! ¡Qué asco, hijo! ¿Dónde quedó el otro? Sí murió, ¿no? Ok, pon el corazón en este, de la bruja. Siento que ve mi alma, hija. No lo voy a ver.
The wave crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the heart witch. Show me the terror.
Del devil.
Casey, I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Logan? Logan!
Uy, hijo,
Where are you?
Un niño fantasma, no, no, no. Como lo vea, pum.
What the fuck was that?
Aunque no sea fantasma.
Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things.
Obvio. Obvio. Vale. Se está manifestando.
What was that? Wait.
¿Qué?
Did I get turned around?
Ah, cabrón.
No, this is right. This place
No.
is looping. Like a nightmare.
Que no, te digo. Épale, esto no estaba antes. Uy, ¿qué es eso? Ay, se manifiesta, hijo, se manifiesta. Ya no, olvídalo. Chon. Dios está aquí. Uy, no hay mapa. ¿Izquierda o derecha? Izquierda. Creo que me gustó más la derecha, ¿no? ¡Hay alguien atrás mío! Ah, no, pendejo, sí me asusté, sí me asusté. Me sentí como Bob Esponja. Parece que alguien quisiera venderme algo. Sí.
Who is that?
Dios, oye, sí estoy grabando. Ah, sí. Imagínate que no. Cielos. ¿Qué tenemos aquí, Batería y una placa. Placa que no puedo agarrar. Pensé que era una lonchera, pero me sirve. ¿Cómo? Cálmala, loco. ¡Ah! Pendejo, sí me asustó, güey. ¡Vale! Tómala en la mera nalga, hijo. Tómala, donde te huevo. ¡Ole! ¡Ole! ¡Ole, hijo! ¡Ole y más ole! ¡Oh, qué asco! Aléjate. ¿Cómo? Wow, ¿qué pasó? Me voy. ¿Qué? Y esto. Déjame, me curo unas pastillitas. Ahí está. Vamos a recargar todo. Ok, es de 2 disparos. Perdón, quería ir hacia el otro lado. No te molesto. ¿No hay lonchera, hijo? ¿No hay nada? ¿Un manuscrito? ¿Algo? ¿Qué es esto? Aquí hay algo. Uy, sí hay algo. ¿Crees que me siguió? Creo que no. Creo que me da tiempo. Ok, tenemos más munición. No sé dónde está, pero no me gusta la música. Olvídalo, ya sé dónde está. Sí, chavos. Estamos buscando pistas. Information. Algo que nos sirva. Pero este carnal no me deja, así que me lo voy a tasajear. ¿Dónde estás? ¡Muéstrate! ¡Manifiéstate, te lo exijo! ¿No es en serio? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Hola? Ya me perdí. Ah, ya te vi. ¿Me aguantas tantito? Es que ya me perdí. ¿No había por aquí un pasadito? ¿Cómo? ¿Por dónde salí, güey? Bueno, agarraré esto. Gracias por la espera. Vente. ¡Ah! Sí me dio. Cerdo. Ahí está. ¡Ah! Me mata. ¡Ah! Y más. ¡Ah! Ahora sí, hijo, ¿dónde estás? ¿Dónde está, güey? Sinceramente, ahora sí no estoy bromeando. Me voy. ¿Cómo? Ah, sí, está ahí. ¡Órale! Verga. Vamos a morir. No mames, necesito tiempo, güey. No seas mamón y aguántame tantito. Ahí está. ¡Suéltame! ¡Muertísimo! Ah, caray, ¿un ogro? Ah, sí. Sencillito.
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger. The dark presence.
Danger.
Danger.
Thanks. Got it. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my face! Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
Alan Wake.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
The mouse. The mouse.
Anderson, where did you go? All of a sudden the radio stopped working and then that flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest. Is this who I think it is?
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
Ah, bueno. Opcional, investigar áreas que
Alex
estaban
Casey.
inundadas.
How? Am I still... Is this the dark place? No, it
No lo
can't be.
sé.
I got out.
Yeah, the PI from your books has the same name as me. Great. Moving on.
Great.
It's a bit of a hike to the car, Wake. Get your bearings, then we'll head out.
I need another minute. Cauldron Lake. I thought I'd never see this place again.
Take your time. But you should know these woods aren't the safest.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You have a flashlight? It's not safe without a light.
Él sabe
I
cosas.
have a light. And a gun. You can relax, Wake.
And pages. If you see pages of writing anywhere, you must take them and keep them safe. Our lives could depend on it. They have vital information.
We know about the pages, Wake. We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. It's okay.
Ok. Bueno. Investiguemos.
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further clues out there. The flooding disappeared very suddenly. I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale.
Me está casando. ¡Wow, wow, wow! ¿Cómo? ¿Qué? ¿Qué mierda? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¡Médico! ¡Médico! ¡Medic! ¡Medic! Verga, verga. ¡Ole, hijo! ¿A dónde se fue? ¿A dónde se fue? Que no lo veo. ¿Dónde está? ¡Wow! Me asustó, hijo, me asustó. No lo veía el puerco, ¿eh? Ya te vi, ya te vi, ya te vi, cerdo.
Even the animals are turning into monsters.
Cerdo. Izquierda. Ay, escucharon. Ay, son dos, yo me voy. Es mejor ahorrar munición. Vale, uff, no, olvídalo. Ah, no, sí, por acá. Es que, hijo de tu. Ay, ok. Cabañas de alquiler, ahí había algo, ¿no? Ok, hay que ir por el lugar del crimen. ¡Wow! ¡Oh! Me asustó, hijo, me asustó. ¡Ah, su madre! ¡Huevo! La fallé, no te lo puedo creer. Uno tú y uno el otro. ¡Hecho! Recarga, hija. Gracias. Esta zona sí ya me la sé más o menos bien. Se supone que ahorita el otro se iba a llevar a Alan Wake al carro. Yo me voy, hijo, yo me voy. Yo me voy. No te atores, por favor.
We've reached the car, Anderson. How's it going down there?
I think I'm done here. I'll meet you at the parking lot. I've been thinking more about the cult of the tree. What sort of cult
es esto.
refers to themselves as a cult?
¿Qué le habrá pasado? ¿Se acuerdan del manuscrito que decía el culturista este? No sé. Algo pasaba con este, ¿eh? Vámonos, hijo, que aquí espantan. Vámonos, arráncate. Arráncate. Seguía sonando, ¿viste? No.
Mr. Wake, we're taking you back to our field office in Bright Falls. You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
Uy, le está llamando a su hijo.
Before you say anything, I'm totally fine. Don't freak out. Dad shouldn't have even texted you.
Logan? No one texted me. What's going on?
I'm totally fine. I slipped, that's all. God, it's not the end of the world.
Put your father on the phone.
Okay. Dad, it's Mom.
Don't worry, hun. Logan slipped in the shower and bumped her head. She has a slight concussion, but I'm keeping an eye on her. Lucky I heard her fall. She could have drowned.
Jesus, David. Why didn't you call?
I tried.
Como le dijo el de la cafetería.
Really. But what about you? You sound stressed.
No, it's, just weird case, that's all.
Well, if you need a hint, my years of board game victories tell me Colonel Mustard did it.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Love you, Dave.
Love you too, honey. Want to say bye to Logan?
Just tell her I love her. Bye for now.
Como lo dijo en la cafetería.
Is there anyone you'd like us to reach out to, Mr. Wake? You've been gone a long time.
No. They'd be in danger. It'll come for me.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Robert Nightingale. Do you know him? You were both here in 2010.
The dark presence got him back then. That's the last time I saw him. 13 years. Oh, fuck me.
Tell us about the pages. You had what looks like a title page with you. Return. Is this the name of the story on these pages? The writer's name has been scratched out pretty violently, but your name can still be made out underneath.
Scratched out. Yeah. Scratch.
Scratch. Ese nombre es importante.
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake?
I'm trying to remember. It's a crazy jumble, like a nightmare. It doesn't make sense. I remember.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you. Welcome. We have a great show for you here tonight. Alan Wake is here. Alan Wake, one of my all-time favorite writers and guests on the show. He's here to talk about his latest book. And as usual, our house band,
Noche larga. Madre mía, iniciación 1. Los casos de puntos de interés arrastran.
It was out of control. I didn't need another mugshot in the fucking tabloids. Had I already done the show? Was that a recording?
Oye, sí, cierto. Pero lo vamos a dejar aquí, chicos.